Hello, it's been a minute. Today I just really wanted to play with some makeup. I wanted to do a chit chat, get ready with me, life update, if you will. It's not really an update because I haven't shared much anything about my life here on YouTube. We're going to be using some different stuff that I haven't shown on my channel just because I'm trying to declutter my life a little bit, and that involves my makeup, and there's tons of stuff that has been sitting in my drawers for long amounts of time that I haven't even touched or I've only used once or twice. So I'm really just trying to discover my favorites and pass on the rest. Speaking of that, I have an eyeshadow palette declutter. That was my last video that I uploaded. I will link it somewhere so you can check it out. You can subscribe as well if you're interested. There's no commitment. If you don't like me, you can just unsubscribe. I won't be offended. Thank you for being here if you are, and if this sounds interesting to you, keep on watching. We're gonna get into it. Look at what just happened to my gloss. I'm going in with the No Problem Primer from Touch and Soul. This brand makes my favorite mascara. I'm just gonna take work. Okay. Comes out like that, like a lotion. I thought it was going to be really thick and silicone-like. First impression, it feels pretty nice. I definitely would not recommend this for dry skin. Pores are definitely filled, so I'm feeling good about it. Since I'm using a different primer, I want to use a foundation that I know I love and that works with my other primers. That way I can get a good impression on it. So I'm using the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. I'm in the shade LW2. Okay, so if you don't really, I know some people on this channel do kind of know me and have known me in the past, actually in person, but I know some of you don't really know me at all. The reason I only post like once a month, I mean that's what I strive for, is because this is definitely not my job. Oh my god, it's so hard to talk and do your makeup at the same time. How do people do this? From September to February, I was in school. And no, not high school, to become an esthetician. Sorry if you can see this chair, I'm like living it up in here. If you do not know what an esthetician is, it is like the other side of cosmetology. So cosmetology deals with hair and nails, but aesthetics specifically deals with your skin. So I was doing that, 40 hours a week for 6 months, and I was commuting an hour there and an hour back every day for class. So that in itself was my full-time job. I was really focusing on that. And what a lot of people don't know is, and this goes for both cosmetologists as well, cosmetology school is actually longer. It's hard. It's a very healthy mix of practicals where you're performing hundreds of facials, waxing services, body treatments, makeup applications, and then on top of that, probably 60% of your schooling is bookwork. We're not just learning how to do facials, you're learning skin physiology, anatomy, chemistry, business. So every week we're doing like 20 pages of smart notes and having at least one test. Don't get me wrong, it's very fun, but it is school, it is work. Now I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Ivory number 5 and kind of highlight areas of my face. So you have to take what's called state board testing, and I know a lot of professions have this, and it's kind of like this big state exam that's kind of a mystery test. Like no one really knows what's on it until you take it, and you do that, and then you are officially licensed in whatever state you are in. So that's what I was doing during that chunk of time, and getting out one video a month was just all that was realistic for me. And that was that. Now I'm going to set with the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder in Translucent. So I finished doing that. Great, good, awesome. I didn't even like blend out my concealer right before I did this, so I'm just setting creases, but you know what? It'll be okay. So during my time of schooling, there was kind of a major life event that happened that no one was expecting that sort of put everything on hold for a while. My boyfriend's mother passed away in January. Like I said, it was completely unexpected. It was just very hard to understand how you moved on past something like that. I needed to be there for him, and I took a short time off school, and somehow we just, we're getting through it together. It's still hard, and I can't imagine, I know him, but I can't imagine what he's going through, what it feels like to be how he feels right now, We're getting through it. I'm taking the Nars blush in Orgasm and my Aesthetica P12. This blush is really old, so I don't know if it's because of that, but I'm definitely having to build it up a lot, which I don't mind. I always get into the hyped things after the hype, clearly. Normally, I was always a matte blush type of person, but recently I've been getting into shimmers. I always feel like this side of my face doesn't pick up pigment as well as this side. I'm going to move on and use the Billion Dollar Brows Universal Brow Pencil. Boom. It's double-ended with a spoolie, and one side has the retractable product. Ugh. Can't tell how pigmented this is. Oh yeah, she's pigmented. So after I graduated, I found a job, and I looked around at a few places, but I ended up working at where I am now, and I am so incredibly happy. I've gone down a lot of different paths in my life, 100% with my whole heart, that this is what I was meant to do, and this is where I'm meant to be. You'll know the feeling. You'll know it when you're doing things right for your life, kind of on the straight and narrow, and where you're supposed to be. You'll feel it, just in the same that you feel it when you're kind of swaying a little bit and you don't know, you're not sure. Can we talk about this brow for a second? Because, ooh bitch, that is the most beautiful brow I have ever created. It's a little bit warm for my liking, but the formula is beautiful and the spoolie is nice. It's not janky. I mean, I don't really know how you could create a janky spoolie. I'm sure it's possible. Also, instead of getting my brows waxed like I normally do, I've just been tweezing the very stray hairs. I'm really liking the way that they look because of that. So how I kind of got into this industry when I was about 15 years old, I got sucked into the realm of YouTube and just anything that had to do with beauty and skincare and fashion and hair. I was just so mesmerized by, and I just enjoyed so much soaking in that content. Oh, wow. And at that same age, I had my first job working at McDonald's. I was a cashier, and I made $7 an hour, and I would spend all my money on makeup and skincare. I was a very sad little teenager. Just being exposed to the realm of beauty and the beauty industry made me very happy. Whenever I fill in my brows, it is painfully noticeable that this brow is lower than this one. Okay, I thought I was recording and I was not. I'm using the Venus XL2 from Lime Crime. So I've been using the shade Bloom on my Moda crease brush and fluffing it everywhere into my natural and unnatural crease. Right out of high school, I tried to go into the psych field. It just wasn't working out for me, and I was going through a lot of stuff in college, and I wasn't happy. And it was my mother that said, you need to go into beauty. And it was like this thing clicked in my brain, like, what? You make your passion into a career? Like, what? They don't teach you that stuff in school. And you don't think, well, at least I didn't think about anything except like university, like private college degree, right? I need a white to blend out this I'm grabbing this Tempera shade from my Modern Renaissance palette because the Venus doesn't have a flat matte white. And I'm using my Alamar Cosmetics brush to blend out the edges of that pink. So that in itself just sparked this brand new motivation in me. I signed up for school and I just felt like I was, you know, at home with what I was doing. So anyway, I found my niche, what I love to do and what I know I'm gonna do for at least a very good portion of my life. You know, who knows, maybe I'll wake up and be 40 years old and want to go back for psychology, but right now that's just not where my path is going. Now I want to cut the crease, and I'm going to be using a thicker concealer for that, and this one's by Kat Von D. It's the Locket in the shade L7 Warm, and using my Luxie 245. My foot is falling asleep. Okay. And I'm going to pat that in just so everything is even. And then I got this pigment from JD Glow. It's called, or it's their HD Crystals, and this is in the shade Token. And it looks so beautiful. It's an indie brand, and I've been dying to try it. The price was pretty good. It was around $10. My boyfriend was like, "You spent $10 on that?" And I was like, yeah. So I'm just gonna take some with my finger and like pat it on, I think. We gotta zoom in for this. Hold on. Do you see that? Do you see that on my lid? Oh my gosh, do you see my lid right now? Yeah. I like that. Coty, if you're watching this, $10, yeah. And I'd do it again. I can't wait to do the other side. Okay, by the way, this Kat Von D concealer was sent to me from a different brand, not from Kat Von D, but ages before that whole thing came out, where, you know what I'm talking about. We're not going to talk about it, but I'm trying to use it up. Look, you're getting all close and personal on my cut crease. I'm actually going to go to the bottom and kind of tight line right to the lash line, a little bit of Classical, and just really tuck that right underneath my lash. And for that, I'm using another Aesthetica brush. That's exactly what I wanted. Yes. I'm going to pop Crown in the inner corner. The Lime Crime palettes are a bit harder of a formula, like they're very densely packed. So it just takes a minute to kind of work them into your skin. Perfect. Using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel very lightly. Then we're going to highlight the brow bone with this vintage cosmetics brush. See, I'll show you these glitters, well, this one in particular will not pick up with the brush at all. See? But I just want a really subtle little pop. Then to finish up the eye look, I am going to pop on some lashes. And these ones a friend used on me on the day that I graduated, and she let me take them home, and I don't know, I think she said they were Ardell Whispies, but the band is super comfortable, which is very important to me because I will not wear lashes if I can like feel them on my eye. And the glue I'm using is the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive, and this is latex free if you need that option as well. I'm just going to tell you right now, up close, these do not look good. And it's not the lashes' fault at all. I just suck at putting on lashes. And I'm going to use this mascara that I haven't tried before. It's by the brand Mannakadar, and it's the Bloom Volumizing Mascara, and it comes in this really cool tube. Oh, mama. This is the wand. So for highlighter, I want to keep the focus really on the eyes, so I'm using a more natural highlight. This one is by Laura Geller. It's the Matte Radiance Baked Powder in highlight number 1. And I'm always using my Real Technique setting brush. You see how it just gives like a natural lit from within just glow. See, look at this cheek. And then look at that cheek. Bam. Okay, I'm going to try another Ofra liquid lip, and this is in Monaco. I don't want to hear your music, sir. Thank you. I really love metallic liquid lips. I know not everyone's into it. It's not everyone's thing. But I personally love it. I think it's so fun. So I just put on another layer because I wanted it to be even more metallic. And through November and December, I was also doing a musical type Christmas show, and that took over all of my free time outside of school. We performed 14 shows. It was so amazing and I had so much fun and it was a great time. I'm definitely doing it next year, but your girl was busy. I'm gonna go in with some MAC Fix Plus and Urban Decay All-Nighter. So on top of all of that, my boyfriend and I are also in the process of moving together. We found our dream apartment and we put in our application and we've been approved, and now we're just on the waiting list for the beginning of the summer. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping we can get in June. The location is amazing. It's right next to both of our jobs and all the shops and everything that we like to go to. Still close to family. It has beautiful natural lighting, and I can't wait to get moved in and just decorate. You know, like I feel like that's every woman's dream, is just decorating. So I'm very blessed and excited. I never thought I would be here, you know, where I am right now. Also moving out with just the love of my life it's going to be so many things. It's going to be hard and it's going to be amazing and it's going to be fulfilling, challenging. I think we've been ready for a while, but I think the timing is impeccable and everything is just coming together swimmingly. So I'm really excited. I would love to be able to post more. I would love to be able to put up a video once a week. But right now that's just not obtainable for me at this point in my life. I work 45 hours a week. My job is very important to me. My relationship is very important to me. And YouTube is what I do for fun. So that was everything. I'm really glad I got to play with makeup today and talk with you guys. And, you know, I hope you have a very productive and amazing day.